cow dung stuck to my shoes when I was confronted by not one, not two, but three ambitious, avaricious, slightly vicious looking toads. They had designs on my shoes because 2 of 3 were clad in the latest Nike and FEMA meltdowns. The odd lizard out just had to have my silver and black, triple aerated, underrated court shoes. These toads could jump, they could dribble, but without their shoes, they were going nowhere fast. They were going nowhere so fast that if they didn't relieve me of my Adidas, they would dig way down to China before you could say adios. Like any good and respectable bandits, they were dressed for the occasion, bandoleros of ammo crisscrossing their bodies like a whore going to confession. Sombreros which clearly had seen better days and razor-sharp knives you could pick your teeth with, though they clearly hadn't, because I could see insect wings hanging from the corner of the nearest one's mouth. I got ready to divest myself of my dearly loved shoes when I remembered an old folk tale about how toads loved to gamble. Seeing 3 rough but serviceable looking horses in the background, I decided to raise the odds. Betcha if I can race to that burn up tree, take a shit in return for each of you, that I keep my shoes and gain a horse. If I don't, you get the shoes, this deck of cards, and my eternal thanks. They sized up the bet. Knew I had the best deal and agreed anyhow, because they knew they had me dead right either way. I palmed 3 throwing knives, nailed Nike, FEMA, and barefoot to the ground, simultaneously shit myself and lit out for that godforsaken tree like a bird stuck to a snake-scared horse. They cursed and toad, frog, lizard, and snake, pulled the knives and one-hopped it, rapidly gaining on me. I rounded the turn, shaving the outer ring off that tree as I doubled back, hackles raised at the prospect of being the first human being et by toads by daylight. A roadrunner popped up and tried to make a game of it, but I was gone, carving out gullies that in time would be known as the Grand Canyon. Hot on my trail the toads were, but they had to jump sideways, favoring their knife-riddled feet, and I took full advantage, arriving at the horses before they. Not daring to tempt the fates, I grabbed the best and smacked the butts of the others in one movement. Bullets clipped the nearest tree as they saw my getaway, but I ducked around a hill and headed for the desert. Be careful in the foothills of New Mexico, or you too may become victim of 3 ambitious toads bent on basketball mayhem. I think a lot of us are really aware that pollution and global warming, whether it's true, whether it's not true, we see a lot of signs of really bad stuff happening on this planet, and it's important that we all take our own responsibility for our corner and do the best we can to live lightly on the planet. This is about the polar bear and how he's run out of time and is also running out of space to live his life. Igloo Head was not happy. The polar bear no longer bothered his sled dogs. Now they just sat around looking fat and lazy, barely the will to fight over a bone. He hadn't seen a bear since that great big yellow one had come slinking around one sun-bright midnight. Though impressive in size, all it didn't seem to be right with the bear. You could almost see the conversation in his head. I'm going after fish today. No, you can't, you're too slow. Didn't catch one yesterday. Yeah, but I had a good sleep. I'll get the jump on him. So the bear rambled on, stuck in delusion. Ever-present feast of fancy rolling before his delirious eyes. Circuits don't fire quite right. You're not connecting. Bear, yeah, you. They're no longer scared of your pollution-riddled hide. It's slow, much too slow. You're slow, much too slow for you to dine on me. So the bear wanders on, caught in the incessant song of food forms flashing before his eyes. An igloo head doomed to despair ponders an Arctic in which there are no bears. No more frenzied scenes of drama etched upon whalebone ivory. The dogs look old and they're getting lazy. The point of his tail getting lost and hazy. Oh, igloo head, you couldn't know. Do you have